Hi everybody, it's Nina from the Happy Hustlers. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, we are a team of six-figure entrepreneurs. So in today's video, I'm gonna go through 5 ways that you can source inventory online for your Amazon business. Our Amazon business is mostly online arbitrage with some wholesale as well, but we do not do a whole lot of retail arbitrage, and that's for several reasons. One, the time that goes into it. Retail arbitrage can be very time consuming, going to the stores, waiting in lines, driving between the stores, all of that. And with our full-time jobs and our business, we try to be as efficient as possible. 2, retail arbitrage can be very hit or miss. You can do retail arbitrage. Sometimes it comes out with tons of items. Sometimes you come out of the store with nothing. So we prefer to do online arbitrage. I mean, who doesn't like inventory you can source from your couch and then receive on your doorstep in a couple of days? So in this video, I'm going to go through 5 different ways that you can source Amazon inventory from your couch. We do all of these ways. We prefer some of them over others due to their efficiency, so I'll say that as well. So I'm going to start off with a very easy and free way to do online arbitrage, and that is manual sourcing. So manual sourcing is when you go to a store website, we'll take Target for example, and then you go and look that item up on Amazon, and then you either use a calculator or just run the math and figure out, is that item profitable? Does it sell well? All of that. Manual arbitrage is completely free. You don't have to pay anyone. You don't have any software involved or anything. So it is a free way to do online arbitrage, but it can be very, very time consuming. And when you're new, it can be somewhat difficult because you don't know exactly what to look for. So a couple of tips with manual online arbitrage. 1, stick to a handful of sites, so maybe 5 to 10 sites that you check frequently. I would go with big retailers for these sites because they will have pretty clear information about their products, which makes them easy to find on Amazon. For example, Target. Target has the UPC of every item they sell, so you can quickly just copy that UPC and search that on Amazon. Another piece of advice is to look for items that are best sellers. On most retail sites, you can filter items by best sellers and then just look through those items and see if they're also popular on Amazon as well and see if there's profit involved. Another thing you can do is look through sale or clearance sections. As these items are heavily discounted, there's higher potential for them to be profitable. You can also do manual arbitrage in reverse. So you can go onto Amazon and look at best sellers on Amazon in different categories. Like you could go into video games, you could go into baby toys, you could go into mascara, whatever, and then search those items in Google and then see where they come up. You can go under Google Shopping or you can just Google it and see where it comes up for sale. So if you search a mascara and you see that it's for sale on Walmart and Target and Ulta and Sephora, just look at those items on those sites and see if there's room in the price for profit. So that's kind of reverse manual arbitrage, but either way works. Manual arbitrage is great because it is completely free, so it's great if you're getting started. It also helps you if you're new because it is slower, so you really have to look at the items in depth and do research so you're not making mistakes that way. So if you're new, I definitely recommend starting out with some sort of manual arbitrage. The biggest downside to manual arbitrage, and we don't do a whole lot of manual arbitrage anymore, is it's just really time consuming. There are much faster ways to do online arbitrage and we focus on those now. I will do manual arbitrage from time to time when there is a big discount on a site, like if Target does a buy 2 get 1 free toys and game sale pretty frequently, it seems like now. I can do a little manual arbitrage when that happens, but there are quicker ways to source, and those are the ways that we focus on now. The second way to do online arbitrage, and this is probably one of our favorite ways to do online arbitrage, is through software. Our preferred software for online arbitrage is a tool called Tactical Arbitrage, and this is basically a software that you pay a monthly fee for. The cost of tactical arbitrage ranges, I believe, from $70 to $120, depending on the features that you require. We have the $120 one because it has wholesale tools as well, but the $70 one will allow you to run online arbitrage searches. So what you can do with tactical arbitrage is you go in and you select a website or websites that you want to search from, and then you select the categories you want to search, and it'll run a search. You can filter it as well, saying I want, a minimum profit of $5 each, an ROI of 30 or 40%. You can do a lot of different filters. So then it goes through the search, and once the search is complete, you can just simply view all of the data, so it'll find products for you. Tactical arbitrage is one of our favorite ways to source because it is very efficient. It does the dirty work, I guess you could say, for you. I will say that there is a learning curve to tactical arbitrage. It's not something you can pick up and then that same day just be, an expert at running queries, but it does come with free training in tactical arbitrage. So you can basically teach yourself how to use it, but it does take some time and there is a decent learning curve involved. But once you do learn it, it is such an efficient and great tool to use. So as I was previously mentioning, if a store is having a sale, so let's say Target's having to buy 2 get 1 free in toys and games, I would go to tactical arbitrage and I would run a search for Target, toys and games, and I would let that run a tactical arbitrage and go through the results there, so I'm not having to do the work manually. Tactical arbitrage is one of the biggest time-saving tools that we have, and I highly recommend it if you're getting into Amazon. There are additional features to tactical arbitrage as well that we really love and utilize, such as the wholesale aspect of it, reverse searches. There's just a lot you can do with it. It's a very versatile tool once you fully understand how to use it. So the third way to source inventory online is through leads list. So a leads list is a list that is delivered to your inbox daily with profitable items. So basically someone else has already done the work for you and they just send you a list of items and you pay them a monthly fee. We do offer a leads list. Ours is 20 items delivered each day, Monday through Friday, to your inbox. Leads lists are great because you're not doing the work. Someone has already done the work and is delivering it directly to you. One important thing about leads lists is that they are capped at the amount of people that are in that group because you don't want 200 people getting the same list of items. Our leads list is personally capped at 50 people per list. Sometimes people allow a little less, a little more, but usually you'll see each leads list from 40 to 60 people. If you are interested in a leads list, it's important that you ask that or you see that information there, because a leads list that is given out to a lot of people is basically useless because those items will become saturated. Leads lists, again, are one of my favorite ways to source because it's just so efficient. You're not doing the work. Those items are being delivered into your inbox and you can just go click through them and source them directly. They will come with the link to where you can source the item, so the store, and then you can click that link and look at the item, and then there's another link to the item on Amazon, so you can just click that. Ours is a whole spreadsheet, and it shows you like the ROI on that item, estimated monthly sales, the sales rank, just all the data. So you get 20 items a day with all the data surrounding that item, and then you can decide what to purchase. I also think leads lists are a great way for new sellers to kind of kickstart their business when they start, because when you're looking through these items, you can see what do other people think is a valuable product, what do other people look for, what does a good item look like. I also think leads lists are a great way to scale your business because you're getting these items delivered daily and you're not having to put in any extra work. You can find leads lists by just Googling it, Amazon online arbitrage leads list groups. Look on Instagram, ask around, see if people have leads lists that they recommend that they're a part of. I'll link our leads list down below if you're interested in checking that out. We currently offer 2 groups and we are about sold out. So I don't know if when I post this, we will have availability. But if we don't, you can just subscribe to our email list and you'll get an email when we do have availability again. So that is the third way to do online arbitrage. So the fourth way is eBay to Amazon flips. So this means purchasing an item on eBay to sell it on Amazon. We don't do a whole lot of this. We'll do it on certain occasions. This is really helpful when you find an item and you're sourcing it online and you can't find any more of that item. A lot of times the prices between eBay and Amazon will vary and items will tend to be cheaper on eBay. It can go either way, but this works when you find an item that tends to be cheaper on eBay. You can find these items if you have items you're already sourcing. You can go ahead and look them up on eBay and see if they are cheaper on eBay as well. One thing to keep in mind here is you need to ensure the condition of the item that you're going to be receiving and make sure you're receiving it from a reputable seller. But there is a lot of profit here because eBay sellers might not necessarily be Amazon sellers as well, so they might not know the value of that item on Amazon. So you can take the item, buy it from eBay, and then flip it onto Amazon. You can also sometimes find sellers that are selling things in bulk on eBay and then flip those to Amazon. And the fifth way to do online arbitrage is through hiring virtual assistants. So we currently have 3 virtual assistants who work full time for us, and their primary job is just finding inventory. So they provide us with spreadsheets daily of items that we can source based on the criteria that we give them to search for. Some of them do manual online arbitrage, and then some of them use tactical arbitrage to help find products. Virtual assistants can be found on a wide variety of websites. Fiverr.com is one. Upwork.com is another, and then onlinejobs.ph. Those are the 3 that I recommend. If you are looking into hiring virtual assistants, I recommend having a test that they can take to ensure that they have the skills that you're looking for. You kind of have 2 options with virtual assistants. One, you can hire someone who is already trained and knowledgeable in that area, or 2, you can hire someone and train them. Our preferred method is to hire people who are already trained because I don't really want to put the time and effort into training someone from scratch. Another thing to keep in mind with virtual assistants is you get what you pay for. If you are looking for someone who has more experience and knows what they're doing, you don't have to train them. You might have to pay them a little bit more. I also recommend interviewing and testing your virtual assistants. So we have a test that we ask them to do and complete it, and then we review the results of that, and that's how we decide to hire someone. You can also hire them for a week or so and see how it goes. Another huge tip with virtual assistants is to provide them feedback. They don't know what they're doing wrong if you don't tell them. They don't know what they can improve on unless you tell them. I think overall virtual assistants are a great way to scale your business because there's only so much work you can do. You only have so many hours in the week. So when you hire a virtual assistant, it's basically giving you more hours. And like I said, we currently have 3 virtual assistants. We will probably end up with more over time, but 3 for us is working very well right now. I love having virtual assistants because it literally gives me more time, and there's nothing I can do to make more time. Time is our scarcest resource. So that is 5 different ways that you can source inventory for Amazon online. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. If it was, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.